Fork the starting wrapper provided in the resources of this video. This is the starting code for the final challenge of this section, which is the rock paper scissors section. In this challenge, you have to create a rock paper scissors game where the user will play against a computer. So in this game, you have to choose rock, paper or scissors. You can type 0 for rock, 1 for paper or 2 for scissors. So if I choose something like 1, which is paper, then there will be a computer which will also choose rock, paper or scissors, and then at the end it will tell us if we won or if we lost or if it is a draw. Like in this case, I chose scissors and the computer chose rock. Rock beats scissors, so I lost. Let's walk through it together. So first what I will do is I will store all of the options inside a variable named game images. So these are the images that we will show. That's why I'm storing it in a list called game images. So we have rock first, then paper, then scissors. Now make sure that they are in this exact order. I will tell you why in a moment. Now we will ask the user for their choice. So we will create a variable named user choice, and then inside that we are going to create an input and ask the user, what do you choose? Type 0 for rock, 1 for paper and 2 for scissors. Now we will print out to the user the choice that they made. So we will use print, and then inside the game images we will print the user's choice. Now this won't work right now because we need to convert the user's choice to an integer. So let's see what's happening. What we are doing is we are asking the user what they want to choose, and then we are converting that to an integer. Then we are taking the choice that the user made, and then we are accessing one of these three options using the user's choice as the index. That's why we had to put them in order, because 0 is for rock. Why? Because the rock is at the 0th index. 1 is for paper because paper is at the first index, and 2 is for scissors because scissors is at the second index. Now we are going to be creating the computer's choice. For that, we are going to import the random module because the computer's choice will be random. So what we will do is in the computer's choice, we will generate a random number using random.randint, and that random number will be from 0 to 2. Now in the random function, the first argument meaning the A and the B are included, meaning it will choose 0 and 2 as well. Now what we will do is we will print to the user computer's choice, and then inside a new print statement below we are going to be displaying the computer's choice. So in the game images we are going to display the computer choice as the index. Now what we will do is we will check if the choice that the user chose is an actual valid choice. So how we are going to do that is we will check if the user's choice is below 0 or greater than 2. Then that's an illegal choice because our input is from 0 to 2 including 0 and 2. So if it is less than 0 or it is greater than 2, then that's incorrect. So we will check if the user's choice is less than 0 or the user's choice is greater than 2. Then we are going to print to the user, you lose because you chose an invalid option. Now below this we will write an elif statement and start checking for the conditions. So first we will check for the conditions where the user has rock. So if the user's choice is rock and the computer's choice is scissors and scissors is at the second index meaning 2, then we will print to the user, you won. 0 is rock and 2 is scissors. Rock beats scissors, that's why the user wins. Now we are going to write another elif statement and check if the computer's choice is equals to rock meaning 0 and the user's choice is equals to scissors. If yes, then we will print to the user, you lose. Now I'm noticing that I made a typo here. It shouldn't be rock, it should be 0 because 0 is for rock. So that's my mistake. We will fix that. Now you can go ahead and create about 6 more elif statements and check for all of the possibilities. But that will take a lot of time and it will make our code not very effective. But instead we can do something like this. We will write an elif statement and say if the computer's choice is greater than the user's choice, then we will print you lose, meaning the user loses. Now this will happen if the computer chooses paper or scissors, because if the computer chooses 0 meaning rock, then the user's answer cannot be less than the computer, because there's not an option for -1 or negative values and the lowest we can go is 0. So if the computer chooses paper meaning 1 and that option is greater than the user's option, meaning the user chooses rock, then the computer will win because paper beats rock. But you might be wondering, what if the computer chooses scissors? Where we are already checking for that case right over here. So that case will not happen. If that case was true, then this would have been executed. Now we can do the opposite thing, meaning the user's choice is greater than the computer's choice. Then we print you won. Again, it will be the same logic, it's just the inverted version of this. And finally, we will check if the user's choice is as the same as the computer's choice, meaning it's a tie, then we will print it's a tie. Now our program is finished. We can check it by running our code. So I will choose 0 for rock and the computer chose paper and I lost, so it said you lose. Now we can run it again and check it again. So let's say I choose paper. In this case the computer chose scissors, so I lost again. Now one thing you might notice is if we provide a value like 3, then we get an index error. Now why is this happening? Because we have already checked for that case right over here. I want you to pause the video and figure out why this error is happening. I hope you have debugged the code. Now I will tell you what the error is. So this is happening at line 37, meaning right over here. Here what we are doing is we are accessing some value from the game images and we are using the user's choice as the index. Now if the user inputs something like 3, then there isn't a value in the third index because we start at 0, this is 1, this is 2. So it is trying to access something right over here and there is nothing there. So it is giving us an index error where it says list index out of range. So we can fix this using something like this. What we will do is we will have this and then after that we will write an else statement and then end it all of this inside that. So you can select it and press tab. That will indent all of this code inside the else statement. Now in here you will have to fix the first one to be f instead of elif because you cannot start an if statement using an elif. And now what we are going to do is we will move these lines at the top right over here. So now what it does is it first checks if the user's choice is valid. If it is valid, then and only then it will execute all of these lines. So now if I run the code and if I give an invalid option like 3, it will tell me I lost because I chose an invalid option. So that's it for this coding exercise. I'll see you in the next section.